pause to read their comments.
All right, Aaron. Thank you very much, uh, Mr. Wounded Civilian. Well, when you are big, you are big. Everybody in the entire world wants to claim your history because you have history. It's only the Edo people that genuinely have an history that is not laden with lies and propaganda and fallacy. Our history is unique, is real, it's something you can connect with. So that is why at every point of our history, all of our neighboring tribes have been trying to connect to our history because they don't have an history of theirs to connect to. So some, at the beginning of our history, during the very genesis of how we started as a people, that's when you had Paidu. So I heard that the Igbo people are claiming that. They are also, Idu is one of their own songs and all of that. They were passing through Edo land and all of that. I'm quite very aware of that. Just like at one point in history, the Yorubas are also claiming that Oduduwa is also theirs. So we shouldn't be sad about that. We should either be very appreciative to God Almighty and our ancestors who has given us so much rich history that all our so-called majority neighbors who brags at all times that they have numbers, they have more states. All right, one thing that keeps tying them to this minority, the so-called minority tribe that they call the Edo tribe, is our history. They don't have what we have as an ethnic group, and that is why they want to try and connect to our history. And what will a usurper do? A usurper will always want to come and say that instead of to show the envy, that they envy the true owner of those history, they want to try and usurp the history for themselves. Let no man deceive you. Benin as a word was already in existence hundreds of years before we were later also called Igodomigodo. Ubini is an older statement than the word Igodomigodo. It's way older than, it's almost 3,000 or 4,000 years older than when we started to have relationship with the Ife people. So the concept of the word Benin coming from Ile Binu is totally absurd and it's not historical and it's not concrete as far our history is concerned. The word Benin came from Ubini, and Ubini as a word had existed thousands of years before we ever had any relationship with the Ile-Ife people. So the word Benin that we are now know today is coined from its original term, Ubini, meaning the place of heavenly pageantry. At one point in time, the land was referred to as Ubini because that was the name the two remaining sons of Paidu gave to our land, Efa and Emehi.